What's the story with you and Red Skull?
I saw this screenshot of Red Skull looking at a computer screen, and it said 10 rules for life. That was one text box. It said order and chaos, and there was a couple of other boxes, and I thought, well, that seems to be making a reference to my work. I mean, 10 rules for life is pretty close to 12 rules for life, and of course, the main themes I discuss are order and chaos. People are producing memes now of Red Skull superimposed upon the picture of him, things I've actually said instead of the hypothetical things that the people who don't like me wish I said and then purposefully misinterpret. I didn't expect it. It really threw me for a loop to begin with. I mean, it's really something to see yourself portrayed, let's say, parodied, satirized as I've been called a Nazi before. It's not pleasant, but this is one step beyond that. I mean, Nazi apparently isn't enough. I have to be a magical super Nazi. And, by implication, well, really, it's so surreal and absurd that I couldn't believe it to begin with.
Well, if it wasn't Captain America all caught up in my trap.
What kind of sick plot are you hatching?
I'm going to tell kids to clean their rooms and make 5-year plans.
Just like Hitler!
I've already brainwashed my first subject.
I've cleaned my room and repaired my relationship with my father.
No! You're actually kind of helping people. Huh.
Clean your room! Accept your responsibilities! Stop blaming everyone else for your problems!
You're right! I'm gonna clean my room and repair my relationship with my father!
Yeah! Hello? Dad?
Not so fast. We're here to stop you, Red Skull.
Guys, wait! Red Skull's lectures are actually really interesting. You should listen to this.
It's like you have all these people who think existence is corrupt and that the West is a tyrannical patriarchy. It's absurd.
Hulk, smash patriarchy!
No! Hulk no smash patriarchy. Hulk smash own character flaws and set life in order if Hulk want to make anything of Hulk's self.
Hulk, have own preconception smashed. Hulk, call Dad!
Where can we see your lectures?
And you think you understand yourself, but you can't. It's like you're far too complex for that. What are you? You're a chimpanzee full of snakes.
Chimpanzee full of snakes.
All right, I didn't know I was gonna have to do it in front of him. I was hoping I could hide here, but we'll do it. We'll give it a go, It's like, what is Shrek? And that's a pretty straightforward question. Like, he's an ogre. He lives in a swamp. He doesn't have any friends. So he's not much different from you, roughly speaking. And in Shrek 2, which is a very old story, he has to go off to far, far away to meet his new in-laws. It's like, you may think meeting in-laws is a cakewalk, man, but it is not, especially if you're an ogre. And so what does Shrek do? Well, he brings his friend Donkey. And why is that? Why is it that he's always hanging around with a donkey? Well, because when you're an ogre who spends all of your time in the swamp, your only friend is going to be an ass. When they went to far, far away, Shrek discovered through his adventures that unlike in the first film, sometimes when people reject him, it's his own fault. And that if you really try and you really work at yourself, just for a moment, you can go from an ogre to a prince.
Hey, that was pretty good. And right on the spot there, too.
Thank you.
Do you have any comments on the Nazi presence at your protest? The presence of Nazis and white supremacists assaulting people at your protest. Do you have any comment on that?
Yeah, I don't like Nazis.
And I'm sure, I mean, I would hope that if I were a student of Dr. Peterson, that he would refer to me as she and wouldn't have a problem with that. But at the end of the day, you know, a personal pronoun preference still is a preference for what language other people use. And at the end of the day, I don't have ultimate control over what Dr. Peterson, what the language he chooses to use, or anybody else for that matters. That's up to them.
Okay, let me find out then.
Arises,
let me find out. If she were a student of yours, what would you call her?
She.
You would. Okay. We've established that.
Why should your right to freedom of speech trump a trans person's right not to be offended?
Because in order to be able to think, you have to risk being offensive. I mean, look at the conversation we're having right now. You know, like, you're certainly willing to risk offending me in the pursuit of truth. Why should you have the right to do that? It's been rather uncomfortable.
Well, I'm very glad I put you on the spot.
Well,
I'm very glad that I have exercised my freedom of speech.
You get my point. It's like you're doing what you should do, which is digging a bit to see what the hell's going on.
So
and that is what you should do. But you're exercising your freedom of speech to certainly risk offending me. And that's fine. I think more power to you as far as I'm concerned.
So you haven't sat there and I'm just trying to work that out. I mean,
Gotcha.
You have got me.
I'm not going to slap you. Gotcha.